What's up guys, it's Adam FPL and welcome back to another video here on my channel. Now in this video I'm going to talk a little bit about my points in Game Week 27 and how my team did. I'm going to talk about how my team is shaping up for Game Week 28, what my transfer plans are for Game Weeks 29, the blank game week, this game week and Game Week 30 leading up to my wild card probably in Game Week 31. And I'm also going to talk about what my strategy is for blank game week 29. So with that being said, if you guys enjoy the video and enjoy the content, hit that subscribe button down below and smash that like button. It's all greatly appreciated. And also follow my Twitter, which is in the link in the description below, to get my latest team right before the deadline and see if I've made any changes. And yeah, let's get into my points for Game Week 27. So in Game Week 27, I got 70 points, a meh game week rank of 2.4 million, and I got a really tiny red arrow of 3K. So actually I was on a green arrow of 13 places before the auto subs. So the auto subs where a lot of people had like Luke Shaw and stuff kind of hit me down a tiny bit, so I got a small red arrow in the end. That's how fine the margins are. But yeah, average was 60. I got 10 points above the average. Kind of a not so good game week rank, but I still managed to kind of hover around my rank, and that's kind of what I want to do. Hopefully I can hover around the same rank and push on towards that top 100k in the next few weeks, and hopefully get a string of green arrows coming along. So that's kind of what I'm working for. But with the team, as you guys can see, Martinez with another clean sheet with 7 points. The defenders, Cancelo and Stones, only played one game out of the two, which I was pretty disappointed on. Both are kind of rotation risks, which is a concern. And yeah, they only got me 1 point. Manchester City conceded in both games. Dallas against West Ham, Leeds deserved to lose that game. They played poor defensively. But yeah, Salah with 2 points, but Fernandez did well. I kept him. A lot of people sold him because of these tough fixtures where he had City before this. Now he has West Ham and the blank and Brighton. But, you know, I just didn't have a reason to get rid of him, and that's kind of why I kept him. Obviously, he's not going to play for me in Game Week 29, and these are kind of two tougher fixtures according to the defensive stats for these teams. But I just have so much value tied up in Bruno, and as we saw, he can get stupid points in any game. Of course, this was the best defense in the league, and Manchester United found a way to break them down, and perhaps teams are kind of using that as a blueprint to kind of try to score against Man City, or perhaps the Man City defensive rotation with the center backs is kind of hurting them as well, as they don't get chemistry. But nevertheless, Bruno Fernandes gets a penalty and he scores and gets 2 bonus points. That's just what he does, and he's so highly owned, so I'm going to keep Bruno Fernandes. Happy I kept him and got his points there. Gundogan got the captaincy. He scored once in the double game week. Not bad, 20 points for a 6-point-something million option. I never thought I'd be captain Gundogan in this season, but that's what the season has been, and Gundogan just kind of shows. He has been, I've noticing that ever since De Bruyne has been back though, Gundogan has been kind of sitting deeper in the game and kind of playing as that holding defensive midfielder and getting less in the box. Kane did the main damage in that game for me. I was considering captaining him. I really did consider it actually, and I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't go with it, but in the end, it's hindsight, and he got me 19 points, and I'm glad I had him. It was a killer for anyone that didn't have him, and yeah, he scored 2 goals, got 2 assists, and bagged 3 bonus points. Kane is looking like probably the best option in FPL right now, so I'm kind of glad I got him in on that -8 hit for the double game week in advance, because if I went DCL, then honestly, my team would be pretty poorly set up for now. DCL did blank in that double game week, which was even better. So yeah, I'm really happy that I have Kane now. A lot of people are scrambling to get him. We have Bamford and Watkins with 2 blanks, and the bench did nothing except Areola, who got 1 more point than Martinez, so I'm not too mad about that. It could have been worse, but Areola is just a great goalie. Shout out to him. He's kind of helping Fulham a lot this year, and Fulham have been a good team because of it. So yeah, that's the points for Game Week 27. If we go to my team selection for Game Week 28, I have 2 free transfers, and I can always find somewhere to better my team. So yeah, we're going to go through that in a second on the transfer page, but for now, let's go through the team briefly. We have Martinez against Newcastle. I can see a clean sheet here. This is for me a Friday afternoon game, and yeah, Newcastle have pretty much no one, so I think that Martinez, this is a nice clean sheet. If you can get another Villa defender, especially since I play in Game Week 29, that's a great bet. But yeah, Martinez against Newcastle is solid. Now, White against Southampton is probably my worst fixture in the defense, but Southampton have been pretty poor recently, and Brighton, I'm waiting for them to get their clean sheet where they back up the stats. He's got the better fixtures than Dallas against Chelsea and Luton against Everton, so I'm going to be playing White here most likely. We have the Man City defenders against Fulham. I think they'll play as they got rested last game, but with the Champions League games, you never know. But Fulham is a good fixture, as Fulham actually haven't been scoring many goals, but they have been a good defensive team. So this is Man City. I expect to win here, and hopefully these guys play and get the clean sheet. We have Salah against Wolves. So Salah is probably the main talking point, like I said earlier in the video, of this week. And as it stands right now, I'm happy to have him against Wolves. Wolves defensively have been pretty poor, and Salah has shown that he's been playing better away from home lately, which is kind of the irony of what the season quote is for him, that play Salah at home or captain him at home or whatever. But Salah has been better away, as has been Liverpool actually. They just beat Leipzig at a neutral venue again, and Liverpool have been better away. And even though they're off form, I still think that Liverpool with Klopp, with Jota back, with all these other factors, Liverpool will be back eventually. It's just a matter of when. And Salah still is a top scorer. I mean, you see a lot of these blanks here, 11 in the past 14 games. But I still think Salah against Wolves, you can probably still hold, if you can hold him, and if you have Kane, I'd probably still hold him for this Wolves fixture. Fernandes against West Ham. This could be a pretty cagey game. I mean, West Ham and United are on pretty level terms in terms of ability and place in the table. So I think that this will be a big game for both, and I don't see too many points here, but we'll see. We have Gundogan against Fulham. Not sure he'll play this game, actually. He just played both games of the double game week, I'm pretty sure, and they got that Champions League game right before that or right after. But I have Gundogan still in the team. Not going to take him out right now. Son and Kane against Arsenal. So the Spurs boys, this is a North London derby, and usually it's known to be kind of a more tight game, and Arsenal have been pretty good against the bigger sides this year. I'm not saying that Arteta will completely capitulate in this game, and honestly, I think that Arteta will not let Arsenal be pushovers, and I think they've been pretty decent defensively. That Burnley goal was very unlucky last week, but I still back the Spurs attackers to do well. They're the on-form guys, and especially Kane, he loves scoring against Arsenal. I think he could maybe get like a penalty here or something, who knows, but yeah. Bamford against Chelsea is my probably toughest fixture here, but Bamford did score against Chelsea in the reverse fixture. It's his former team, and Leeds are still a free-flying offensive team, and Bamford's going to be mad about the chances he missed last game, so maybe he'll try to rectify that. Even though I'm a Chelsea supporter, if Bamford could score and we could still win, that would be ideal. Then we have Watkins against Newcastle. Mr. Unlucky Watkins. I got him in a few weeks ago for the double gaming, so I don't think he still hasn't scored a goal for me, but I'm going to be keeping Watkins and hoping his best that he does well in this game. This is the Friday evening game, like I said before, with Martinez, and Newcastle is a horrible team right now. Grealish will not be back, unfortunately, but this is a Newcastle team that's really at the bottom right now in terms of confidence and stuff like that. So I like Watkins here. The bench, we have Ariel and Lookman against City. Not really too mad about benching them. Dallas against Chelsea. Maybe he scores a goal, maybe not, but Chelsea have been really great defensively lately. Loading against Everton, I expect Burnley to concede here with Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison, and Burnley have been kind of frail defensively, even though their statistics sometimes say that they're a really good defensive team, but I like their loading on the bench. In terms of my transfers this week, so I have 2 free transfers and nothing in the bank, so not much flexibility. And the only player I kind of want to get rid of this week, other than I could for Salah, of course, but I talked about why I don't want to really get rid of him. And I have to get rid of Lowton probably for blank GW29 player. But if you guys look, I only have 4.4 million in the bank, and my options are pretty slim, especially if I'm looking for a blank GW29 player. 4.4 million, there aren't a lot of great options that play all the games and stuff like that. But the 2 options I am looking at mostly are, first of all, Joel Veltman. He's probably the best Brighton defender. If I had to redo my white transfer, I'd probably bring Veltman in. He's 0.1 less, and he's way more offensive. He scored a goal, I think, a couple of games ago, against Crystal Palace, and his statistics showing that he has been getting up a lot. I've looked at some of his heat maps, and he's been getting up that right flank a lot, and I think he's nailed in that spot now because Lamptey's probably out for the season. So I like Veltman here, especially for 29. Nice fixture against Newcastle. It's probably the best fixture you can have for a clean sheet now. And yeah, but the only problem is I'd be having double Brighton defense. And as we all know, guys, this season, Brighton have been a heart attack they've been the stat merchants pretty much. They've had all these great stats, and somehow they managed to defy them and lose games, and now they're in a relegation fight. And I think that I'd have quite a heart attack with 2 Brighton defenders in Game Week 29, but that's one option, and I still like Veltman as an option over White, but I'd have to have 2 Brighton defenders, and I'd have a blank Game Week 29 player, so that's a good part. The other option I'm looking for is, you're going to be surprised even more, but a Newcastle defender. And at 4.2, this is what I can afford, the best option. Jamal Lascelles here. He's pretty nailed on ever since he came back. He's playing 90 minutes. I think he's their captain, so I think he should play for Newcastle. And he's mostly in for this Brighton game. I don't think I'll be playing him against Villa. So if I get Lascelles, I'm basically hedging my bets that one of these teams, Brighton versus Newcastle in Game Week 29, will not concede a goal. Ideally, it would be 0-0. Or I could go I could go for Lascelles here in white and have one of each, and ideally it'd be 0-0. I could hedge my bets and hope that's a really boring game, and that'd be some great points in Game Week 29. As you can see, Lascelles is less than 1% owned. So yeah, I think that Lascelles is a good option here. He's less money, and I could easily bench him up to my wild card, as he's got Tottenham after this and Aston Villa. So yeah, these are kind of my my thoughts with getting low and out. And if I did have more money, I would go an Aston Villa defender like Kanza. Let's see if we get this out here. I'd have Kanza here, or probably Target if I had more money. But I'm really kind of stripped on cash right now, and I'm gonna have to look at some less thought of options that many people will not even be paying attention to, like a Newcastle defender, like a Brighton defender for the second one. So yeah, I think that's kind of where I'm looking at the moment. Of course, what I could do instead is get rid of Salah and go someone like Gareth Bale. And yeah, I could do this week and then maybe take out someone like Lowen and go for a more expensive defender to have pretty much anyone I could buy with 7.4 million. But why I don't like this is that Bale plays Arsenal this week, and Arsenal, like I said previously with Kane and Son, are not going to be a team where I see a lot of goals in this fixture, in this North London derby. So I think that with Bale, I already have Kane and Son. I don't think I need another Spurs attacker this week at the expense of Salah, who has the better fixture, and I think I can wait one more week to go to Game Week 29, maybe do Salah to Bale then, where he has Aston Villa and then Newcastle off the back of that, and then wild card and maybe get Salah back in or something like that. So I think I'd like to wait a week for this move, and that's kind of my thinking behind it. I know many of you guys will be getting rid of Salah, as he's been doing poorly, but I still think that Salah is Salah, and I think I can hold him for one more week before moving him on, and then that also gives me less weeks to go without him until I wildcard. So that's kind of my transfer plans. If you guys, let me know what you guys think about my transfer plans down in the comments below, and let me know who you guys are transferring in for the next game week and for blank game week 29. But yeah, so let's talk about captaincy at the last part of the video. As you guys saw before, I currently have it on Kane. In this team, I'm probably considering 3 players. I'd be considering Kane, Salah, Fernandes, and Gundogan. Probably not Gundogan, as I'm not sure he's going to play in this Fulham matchup, and Fulham have been quite decent defensively. So it really comes down to these 3 guys. Currently, I have it on Kane. I know many people are going to be on Fernandes. He's probably going to be the most captained, as it's Bruno, and this ownership is just crazy, and he's pretty much over 100% every week. But to be honest, I don't really see too many goals in that West Ham game. Like I said, he can get simple points where he gets a lucky penalty or some lucky assist, but I'm not too crazy about captaining Bruno. I think this will be a low-scoring game, and I kind of back it to be a cagey, maybe 1-1 or 0-0 even, who knows. But I think Bruno can still get something, but the results here, or this point ceiling, isn't too high. I like Kane maybe in this North London derby. Like I said, he likes scoring against Arsenal, and I think he could get maybe a goal or 2, probably max here, as it's not really a high ceiling either. So captaincy is kind of split this week. There aren't many decent options. With Salah, who's out of form against Wolves, he has a good fixture, but Salah's out of form, and so is Liverpool. These two have kind of tough fixtures where I don't see the ceiling being too high. It's not like we have a Kane or Fernandes against West Brom or whatever. So captaincy is going to be split this week, but I think I like Kane and Salah the most out of these two. Salah's going to be a big differential this week. As you can see, he's already kind of lower owned than Fernandes by a lot. And he's up against a Wolves team. Many people are going to be swayed by these, or swayed away by these 11 out of 14 game week blanks. But I still think Salah, who scored in that Leipzig game, maybe he has some momentum. Maybe he likes playing away from home better. I think he can still be a decent option there, and I see him captaining by some. But yeah, Kane and Salah are probably my tops. But yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap up the video, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video and enjoy the content, make sure to hit the subscribe button and smash that like button down below. Let me know in the comments how you guys did in Game Week 27, what your teams are looking like for Game Week 28, and what transfers you guys are wanting to make. Also, I want to mention that last week I uploaded a video at a different upload time in the morning, so I apologize for that, and I'm going to stick to my evening upload time for this video and for the future ones, as more of you guys will probably be able to see it, as that's what you guys have been used to. So yeah, it's Adam FPL, and that's all we have time for, and I'll see you guys on the other side of the game week and in the next video. Bye.